You try to identify, becomes knowledge. From knowledge, you go to insights, you get insights, and from insights that you have, you're taking some actions. So BI is all about, on the highest level, maturity level, to guide, to take actions, to plan, to budget. So that's the whole story on the different stages of BI. As I've already said, I would go into the players, the solutions on business intelligence, because that is also important. It's not that tools are not important. Tools are also important. Most of the time we think it's the most important. No. The levels of business, where do I want to be, the tools, the people that I have for an implementation of BI, they are all equal important. You need all of them. Most of the time we only tend to think in the technology. Als ik die tool heb, dan zal het wel gebeuren. No, you have to be ready. You have to know where do I want to be. And if you know that, it's easier to implement. Because all the players that I will be going in more details in a few seconds are excellent. Most of them. They are the tools that provide the applications of BI. But you should know, where do I want to be? And if you know that, then we'll go into some of the players. I take a sip. The players. Tableau. ClickView, Microsoft, SAP, IBM, and Oracle. Some of them may be very familiar or known. Tableau and ClickView are new ones. They are the promising BI tools on the market. Tableau has been mentioned by Gartner as the most promising tool for 2014. In their quadrant, Gartner has a quadrant where they place each tool, and Tableau is the #1 for 2014. Gartner is a non-profitable an organization that they are trying to inform the information and communication technology community in best practices, in tools, in information technology, languages, etc., etc. And Gartner has pointed Tableau as the most promising for 2014. Then we have ClickView, which also is a player. Tableau and ClickView are also supported by some by companies in Suriname. Ze worden ook ondersteund in Suriname. Er wordt support geleverd. Ik ken de organisaties niet, maar het is er wel. And then you have the bigger players, Microsoft with its reporting and analytic services. You have SAP. If you talk on BI, SAP is one of the biggest players providing BI tools. Then we have IBM. IBM is also a very big player. Tomorrow there is a presentation on one of the solutions of IBM. And Oracle, also known for its data warehouse models. So these are the most common BI players on technology level if you're talking on business intelligence. Questions, comments up till now? No? So I will be continuing now on the trends, because that is the topic for today. But before I move to the topic, I had to go into those details in order to explain those topics better. Then you will see that there is a mind shift, there is a shift in how things, in the concept that we have. And that's why I first went into the concept. And then you'll see some changes, some things that are not anymore part of the concept. More or less it's the same, but you see that there are several things that are changing. The first trend for today is embedded business intelligence, embedded BI. That stands, the definition is the integration of reporting and analytics within an existing software application. Are you guys familiar with BI portals, with BI solutions? Yes? More or less, most of the time they are separate applications. Het zijn andere applicaties. You have a separate portal where you can go for your reports, where you can go for the analytics, for your dashboards. It's not into the same application that you used to work in, but most of the time it's being published on your intranet. On a server, you have an HTTP address and you just type it in and then you're in that application. And the only thing that you can do there is the reports, the dashboards. But what is trendy now is that the applications of BI are being integrated within the current system. So when I have my sales, my point of sale system where I log each and every transaction, in the same application I could go and there is an option for a report to see how much did I sell for a period, for a month, for a day. So it's not part, it's part of my application. It's not a separate application. At the back end, I still have my data warehouse, etc., as I've already explained. But at the front end, at the GUI, at where the users work in, it's embedded. What are the benefits of embedded business intelligence? The benefits of embedded business intelligence is that you're working in the same application that you used to work in. You don't have to log on maybe with other credentials into another system, but you're already in that system. And your personnel and the personnel that works with within those systems already know how to work with the system. Because believe me, when you're implementing BI, you have to train your users. And when they're used to work already in the system, it's a benefit. And the second benefit is more or less the same. The end user doesn't need a lot of training time. They already know how to work with the system. The second trend is known as self-service BI, which means that end users are designing and deploying their own reports and analysis with an approved and supported architecture and tools portfolio. So it's not the IT department anymore that designs the report, designs the report, publish it for the end user. No, you're designing as an IT department in such a way that you put it for the end user. And if the end user has its own questions and its own data needs, they drag and drop by themselves. Of course you have to train them, but it's not a technical thing that they have to do. It's basic. Just drag and drop, no technical SQL queries, no. Not into that advanced stuff. You don't have to train them into that. But if they have their questions, they want to have their questions answered, they can drag and drop, make their own reports, collaborate on those reports, schedule those reports by themselves, and not wait for the IT department with the long turnaround times. Again, the IT department is still important. They have to design in such a way that they could provide this option. And there are a lot of business intelligence tools that provide this option. It is there. And what are the benefits of self-service BI? You're increasing productivity. As I've already mentioned, the turnaround time from IT departments, they don't have to wait. Your end users don't have to wait for the IT department. if they have a information need and you have it for them there, they can try to build that by themselves. Flexibility. End users have different type of questions that they want to answer. They have different needs of information. If it's already there for them, they can do it by themselves. Or maybe with minimal IT support, they can do it by themselves. And the scalability, because you're placing this opportunity for the end users, you can make it available for a larger, a broader number of end users. Mobile business intelligence is the next trend. Mobile is becoming hype, not only in BI, but in this whole information and communication technology. We had earlier a presentation on bring your own device, mobility. The definition is the ability to access BI reports, dashboards, and other applications and other BI data on mobile devices, on your mobile phone, on your tablet, etc., etc. What are the benefits of mobile business intelligence? The competitive advantage. You have, everyone here nowadays has a phone, and most of you have a smartphone with connection, with data, with a data bundle. So the competitive advantage is that each and every time you could have access to your data. And as I've already said, based on the data that you're seeing, you could take some decisions. And if you have it over here, you have it, you can take actions. You don't need to go to your office or log on into computer and log on into the portal. No, it's there for you on your device. And that gives you a competitive advantage. Want hoe sneller je beslissingen kan nemen, hoe beter het is voor jou. En dan ben je een stapje voor. And productivity is the same as the competitive advantage. You're faster. And that's all about it. Je bent productiever, je bent sneller. Je bent niet meer afhankelijk van dat je naar kantoor moet rijden of zo. So those are the main benefits of mobile business intelligence. Cloud BI. Cloud is also a hype, not only for BI, but for the whole information and communication technology. We're talking now about cloud. That means that all BI-related data, such as dashboards, KPIs, and other analytics, or all the applications of business intelligence, is being hosted on a virtual network, mostly through the internet. The benefits. It's said that it's easier to use. It's just you need the connection, and you could do what you want to do. Deployment speed also, you don't need to go through several VPNs or other types of security measurements. You log in, there's one tunnel, you're there, and you're deploying faster. Scalability and accessibility are more or less the same. Scalability, je kan het dus vergroten. Het is eigenlijk te bereiken vanuit elke plaats, vanuit elke plek waar je connectie hebt. Dus het is breed. And accessibility, more or less the same. It's accessible from everywhere. If you have connection, you have the right credentials, you are logged in, and you can do all those things that you need to do. So, dit geldt niet alleen voor business intelligence, clouding, maar dit geldt eigenlijk voor de hele tak van sport binnen informatie- en communicatietechnologie. Social data. Social data is nothing more or less than data that is accumulated on social networks. Ik denk dat iedereen hier op een of andere manier verbonden is met social data. Je hebt een account misschien op Facebook, op Twitter, op Instagram. En daar wordt er ook heel veel data geproduceerd. There is produced a lot of data on social media. Social data BI is BI that incorporates knowledge management, social networking, plus social media monitoring and analytics, all combined into a new interface in the business intelligence environment. So you're enriching. Nu weet je dus niet alleen wat er gebeurd is intern. So internally you have the data, you have your sales data, you have your finance data, you have your operations data. But now people are also, customers are also talking about you on the social networks. And you have special software that can gather that, transform it for you. Maybe they're talking on a big company, Facebook, and you're just typing in and you're getting all the data that has been posted on Facebook. You try to analyze that and enrich your business intelligence. Dus ook wat er over jou daarbuiten wordt gezegd. Het klinkt misschien niet zo interessant, maar het is heel interessant. What are the benefits? The benefit of social data is that you're getting more insights. Je krijgt meer inzicht. Het is dus nu niet alleen maar wat er intern gebeurt, but also what's done, what is being said about your business over there. Yes? Yesterday I had a very nice example of this, which has happened a few weeks ago in the United States. Sorry, with KLM. I've just heard it yesterday. There were long lines at the airport, and everyone was twittering about bad service of KLM at certain airports. And then in Amsterdam over there, they are analyzing the data, and they just got the pattern. Hey, there is something wrong there in Atlanta, and they called at the airport at Atlanta from KLM and said to those ladies that work over there, offer all the clients at the counter of KLM a bottle of water. So you see what is happening. People are complaining. You have a team that analyze that and you take action. Zo ver gaat het tegenwoordig. And the last trend for today is unstructured data. Traditionally, data was being stored in relational database management systems. And with a lot of data that's being produced, the social media, our smartphones are producing a lot of traffic, a lot of data. We are the producers of all that data. Gartner has estimated that for 2014, the volume of data will increase with 650%. 6,5 meer data dat we nu hebben, zal alleen al in 2014, dus het hoeveelheid zal dat overtreffen. Emails, videos, social media, RSS feed, documents, text are all examples of unstructured data. De data wordt niet meer traditioneel opgeslagen zoals we gewend zijn. De voordelen zijn eigenlijk, het enige voordeel is, you have high volumes of data, and with high volumes of data you're getting more insight on what is happening. So you're getting an expansion on what is happening. And you also have the elastic scaling, and it's also set cost reduction. The hardware for process unstructured data is not cheap. It's not cheap, but compared with the transactions per second, with what we have in relational database management system, it's cost reduction. So it costs in eenheden van verwerking minder. And I want to go a little bit on big data, just the definition of big data. Big data is high volume, high velocity, and high variety of information assets that demand cost-effective, innovative forms of information processing for enhanced insight and decision-making. High volume, a lot of data. High velocity, real-time, so directly. And variety, that means it's structured, relational database management system, but it's also unstructured and semi-structured. And big data gives us more opportunities, but it's also a challenge. Because big data is traditionally it's not easy to process that information as we're used to. You need special techniques, special software to handle it. Het gaat om miljarden records om data. Dat is niet wat wij gewend zijn. I'm working for iFrontier, as I've already mentioned, and we are providing also services on BI. Basically, we're doing all the things that I've mentioned in the concept of business intelligence: training, ETL, publish, designing data warehouse, OLAPs, designing OLAP systems, providing training, do a lot of reporting. Most of the time it starts at reporting. So for each and every client, most of the time we have done reporting, and we also do some ETL. We have done some ETL for clients, and what we also did is provide training with one of the known companies from business intelligence companies from Israel. So, wrapping up, you've got some insight on the business intelligence, the concept, what is important at business intelligence. Don't forget your mission, your vision. What are you standing for? It's very important. The second one is the technology. That's also very important. Those are the basic things that you have to keep in mind. At BI, I also went into the architecture, your operational system, your ETLing, your data warehouse, and the applications of BI, and I went into some trends of business intelligence. So that was my part of the presentation, and if you have any comments, any questions, any remarks, you may shoot them now, and I will try to answer them as my best. Thank you.